Okay, so this is going to be a video about how I'm using timing solutions not only to find direction, but to, I guess, validate time and price, or direction, time, and price. I guess the holy grail, the direction, time, and price. So this is how I make my levels of weekly support and resistance, and that controls a little bit about my bias. So there's two ways to approach timing solutions. One is you use it as the first thing. You set it as the thing that is the unbiased observer to find a cycle as unbiased as you can, and then make everything find confluence with timing solutions. I put it in the back instead of the top-down timing solutions. Everything waterfalls from there. I do bottom up, where timing solutions is last in the succession of the processes, and then I gather all my evidence of practical risk to reward and trading, and the biases that come with the system, and see if it has confluence with the timing solutions. So it starts with this. You're finding some weekly support and resistance. So we technically just broke weekly support and closed below. Now it's resistance. So if we were to get a retest intra week, we expect that we would see a breakdown in price at one of these levels. Now, as far as how deep this price could retest, anything goes as far as how deep price can retest, especially in a weekly market structure break that we have right here. We could get a runaway of price, or we could get a nice deep retest like what we've gotten in, I think, in the euro. This huge deep retest into the weekly breaker. It's totally possible. So the same goes for this. For this retest, we just broke weekly market structure here on the Euro USD. So it first starts with that, and then I then have the same levels brought over into the intra week, into the daily, and then let's see. I want to square my chart with this forecast, so then it is able to be the same scale. So this is a harmonic that I created. I think roughly, if we go to my profile, the time lapse to target, I made it on the 25th, and it completed almost exactly right at the tip on the target of 1.06939. So that was really cool. A lot of these things with these harmonics, it's almost unbelievable. Like I try to have as much confidence and conviction in my trade as I can, but I don't know. Like there is no certainties. There's only probabilities. Take a title from a chapter, and I think a book, Markets and Profile. There's only probabilities. There's no certainties. So I don't know. Like it boggles my mind how that works. Like I made the forecast all the way on the 25th, and then it's correct to the day of that price, and it's kind of wild. And disclaimer, it's not 100% foolproof, but it's pretty close. Like I would say so far about a little over 50% of the forecast targets work out well. And when they don't work out, at least it lets you know. You get a fib spiral break. And one example Oh, it's not up here. I think it was on the S&P 500 on the 4-hour. But so, like I've noticed in these harmonic math constant harmonics that the daily time frame is the most reliable. Once you get the direction of like the large time frame and seeing price respect it, you could go down to the 4-hour and figure out what the swings intraday would be like on the 4-hour. But that's the most experience that I've gotten in terms of seeing what works. But showing further more examples of that using timing solutions. So this is an example where this is trading spectrum, and I just did the one-click run cycle, and this is what it came up with. This was made on around August 4th, and it projected a price bottoming around August 17th, going up and then going down. So and this was the price location at the time, and we did break a diagonal support, which is more subjective, but the overall idea is we would see it run up and then run down. And then it says that we would bottom around the 17th, peak around the 9th. So looking at this completed harmonic, so the harmonic target was one spot 08861, and this was the August 7th. So we saw that it would peak, or I think the 9th, peak August 9th, bottom August 17th. So this is the 7th, and we had a peak in the 9th. We broke resistance on an intraday time frame on the 4-hour, or I don't know, 8-hour, 4-hour, and then we actually broke support, and then we hit the target. We came a little after this 4-hour target point, but it's pretty much on the same day. I think it's the point of the harmonic ends on the 14th, and this is just intraday. So that's something wild to think about. And it was a little bit before when the timing solutions forecast intraday was saying it said that it would hit the target or bottom around the 17th. We didn't really, we would need to see the 17th. It's over here maybe. So I think this was that first target with the 4-hour. This is the 1-hour. So getting that target price. So the target was one spot 08861 on the 14th, and then bottom on the 17th. So this one was another one that was made on the 1-hour. So this is the 14th here. When we hit that 08661, I think that's pretty much here, or here it is, 8861. So right here was when we hit that 4-hour, and then that timing solutions trading spectrum bottom on the 17th, and we found one that bottom on the 17th. It was this 1-hour harmonic, and it said it would go here, and we lo and behold, there we go. We're pretty much going into the 17th. So there you have it. Direction and magnitude of price to target on forecasting. And I had, I guess, 2 targets, but because they were variants of phi, 861, 681, but I obviously put more confidence on the nearer target comparatively to the farther one in terms of thirds. So I have 2/3 more confidence in the nearer target compared to the farther target, which is 1/3 confidence. So that was another example. That was an example of I guess, timing solutions and harmonics in tandem math models. They're both math models. But one is drawn by hand, which is the harmonics, which is fascinating. And then, so that was an example. Now I'm trying more things with timing solutions. So, I'm testing out these turbo cycles. It seems like, from what I read, according to my AI summary that I get, using this app to text.cortex, like I basically feed the web page through there, tell the AI to summarize the web page, and then tell me what's really going on in a simpler way, and it's able to give me kind of the best way to go about it, or at least understand it. And this is the turbo cycle for the Euro USD for this upcoming swing that I'm going for. So the harmonic I have for this swing, let's see, is so this is the one that completed. I think I showed. So this is the time-lapse completion of this one we're looking at here. Completed, made on the. I think I made it a little earlier, but then I didn't start publicly announcing the target until we broke weekly support, that red line, which was a green line, and that became resistance. Now the next point to target is support, from range to range. So we had a target of 1.06878, I think, and I think I changed it to 6939 because we got a magic number 3 here, and it didn't work out really well for the 618 or 681 target. So we basically said around September, around this date, we would hit the target, and lo and behold, like right on the tip, we hit 1.06939. So it was pretty cool. Now we're trying to figure out where does price go from here. And here we got the dollar index inverted, or Euro USD, weekly market structure break. Now we're expecting either a continuation to all the way to this area, or a retest deep inside. So the question is, like, are we going up or going down first? And now I'm using timing solutions, and I've done the turbo cycles. So I've messed around with a couple things. I've tried the natural cycles using the monthly, and then I've tried astronomy using decennial, the Q spectrum, and I'm messing with the trading spectrum. I did the Walk Forward analysis expert system. I found 2 models that I put in the library that I like. This one currently that I found to be the most useful, model 10E40, over the SQN is over 0.13. I think it was 0.13 to, maybe it was 1. Yeah, I think. Oh, you want an SQN above 1.3. So this SQN is not that good, but I don't know. So what the problem is, you gotta pick your battles with this thing, because you're trying to figure out the best equity curve with the least amount of drawdown. So this one looks like it's got the least amount of drawdown, but there it is. The SQN is 1.6. So I don't know why I had that other one, but yeah, this model of 5E30, we're almost over 57%, which is what was recommended on timing solutions, on the win rate percentage. And the SQN, we wanted over 1.3, just in general. I think it was like you want from 1.3 to 1.75, or I think it was like that, and above. And this one was pretty close. So, and then you wanted an equity curve that didn't have too much drawdown. And this is the best I found. These are the best 2, and this one is just the best. and then we calculate the cycle, and then we're able to zoom in and then project that line on the price, and it says that we're going to peak roughly 9:22. If we do the turbo cycles, it's a little earlier, but yeah, we could think of it as like a fast and slow. These arrows do get annoying a little bit because they're so prominent in like, I do my best to see if I can clean it up a little bit. I don't think you could turn the arrows off completely. Yeah, there's no customization with that, but that was something that bugged me a little bit with those arrows. There's just no way to turn it off. Yeah, but we got a projection for trading spectrum. We did the walk forward analysis expert, and then we picked the one with the best equity curve, with the best win rate percentage overall, with the best SQN score over 1.3 as per advised on the website, and we've put together a turbo cycle of the best dominant cycles, I think, most active cycles, and it was, I think, on the first two, and then when I made my forecast for the 4 hour, I think it's here in the bookmarks, and here's some other forecasts that have completed, which I'm going to show, but this is the 4 hour forecast for the Euro USD. I went ahead and assumed that the next point swing in price would be here. It might end up, we have to wait until, I guess, middle of next week to redraw this. So I took some assumptions here, and price has come down below here, and then we might see it reclaim, which might make us have to redraw C a little lower, and it might bring D a little lower, which is fine. But yeah, because we got I think a H4 naked breaker right around here. If we were to look, it's right here. One spot 09672. So that's this level. So with price being a little lower, let's see if we can find that. We could redraw and have a better forecasted target. Okay. There we go. There it is. So we have lost our squaring of our chart. So with price being underneath here, we would have to redraw our assumption of C to a little bit lower, and that might bring our target a little lower. But I mean, it's so flush with weekly resistance, which happens to be this thing right here, which happens to coincide. I think let me get that target pulled. Get rid of this. Yeah, it coincides with the previous weekly resistance level. So if it was like lower, would that have a big impact? I don't know. Or with the new redraw of price, I don't know. But oh shoot, how does that work? Let's see. Did I even grab that level? Oh, it put the aspect ratio. I think it put the aspect ratio into a level, which is not on this chart. So yeah, like it's a little deep. If we were to go check something like this, like it's gone past its breaker block before and wicked. So it's totally possible for us to wick up in here. It's my 2 cents. But that's kind of what the forecast is saying. The forecast is saying on the 4-hour, we'll reach here. And overall, the new target, since we broke the weekly on the dollar, is to gain strength in the dollar all the way to here. 1.01979. And then that's kind of where my bias is shifting to. And we bring it down. Let's see, I have to square it. I think it's, what are we at now? It's this one probably. And then 1.01975, and that's as close as we can get to retesting this breaker block. So if we were to draw that same level here, we're putting it right there. It's like we're right on top of each other. So that target, I don't think it's even a target. It's in gold. But if I were to make a true target, because it would coincide with the harmonic, it would be an 861 or 618. It would be a little lower. So we could do an 861 here. There we go. So that would be the way I would just make it symmetrical, and it matches. So. And then it says it would reach it roughly by the, I don't know, at least by October 30th, beginning of November. So if we were to check back to timing solutions, this is kind of the turbo cycle. So I was like, okay, the peak on this 4-hour was around somewhere near the 21st, 22nd. So if we were to check the trading spectrum, it's got us near the 21st, 22nd. So that's pretty cool. So I drew it first, and then I checked with the computer to see if it confirms what it sees. And then I kind of autocorrect this turbo cycles to kind of look the part in terms of direction. And I've done Q spectrum on this thing, and sometimes I'm like, man, this is the thing, and sometimes it's not so much. So I just found out that you could hide this bottom window, so I like that. But this bottoming part, it doesn't make sense to me on the 10th. This turbo cycle has a better idea of, like, I guess a bottom. Looks like the roughly before October, let's see, just before I go off memory, let's see what it said, around November 1st, a little near November 1st. So the Q spectrum 2 on the green line is thinking 10/20 or 11/11. Then it's got the same here. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It might be a little bit after November to hit its target. But here are just like the best 3 methods I rely on for making a forecast with timing solutions. Usually with the Q spectrum or the trading spectrum, I just do a quick calculate cycle, and then this is what it comes up with. And let's see how that compares to the best model. So this one is anticipating a rollover on the 26th, and then a possible. It's a lot different. So if we had an upward target of around the 21st, 22nd, This one's peaking out around the 25th. So it's a little different. A little delayed on the quick training spectrum versus just doing the train spectrum with the walk forward analysis expert system, finding the best model that's got the best equity curve with the high enough win percentage, which according to the models library, which was 5E30, a 56% SQN score 1.61, and then overall, not a big drawdown equity curve. And then looking at the turbo cycles and the Q Spectrum 2, what's weird is I think whenever I delete the turbo cycles, sometimes the Q Spectrum 2 doesn't. Sometimes they look different. I don't know. It's a little hard to say. But I like how there's confluence, and I like how I can't get rid of that. But yeah, overlay. Oh, let's see. I don't know what just happened. There we go. Zoom in. So I like that overall kind of estimation. Peak around this area. This is, fast and slow kind of model. And then possibly a bottom around the 9th. According to both Q Spectrum 2 and Train Spectrum. So there you have it, with human forecasts of the top on the 4 hour. This needs to be adjusted for the new bottom in the symmetry in the fib spirals, and this and then we could actually see the 4 hour harmonic right here in relation to the high time frame daily harmonic. And so we'll see if it comes true. This is more of a case study for me. The overall beginnings of learning this style of forecasting was seeing it come true a couple times and then saying, hey, maybe this is something that's worthwhile to use in tandem with timing solutions, not only to get direction, but magnitude and price at the same time, and take it from there. Forecasting a couple points out gets a little harder, but it's doable. I did it with this 4 hour. I basically assumed that this point was going to be a control point of price to where symmetrically it would be magnetized around this area before moving higher, assuming that it would reclaim this level to go into point D. But this is a lot of theory trying to be applied, and that's the final frontier, theory applied. That's trying to get the alpha, the holy grail of direction and magnitude. Thanks for watching.